Self-acceptance is still a choice. That's the title of an advice message that I have on my site for August the 25th, for tomorrow. It's still the 24th today. But I'm giving it to you today because it was the message that came through last year on the 25th. It said self acceptance is a choice. And I couldn't really make that choice then. And I'll tell you that the only difficulty you will experience in your life ever is when you can't make that choice. And it's a choice that we have to make every single day because we are living our lives, meaning we're trying to become our authentic selves. We're attempting to get to authenticity, or the reason that we're alive or why we were born and why we would be on the earth at this time, because we've seen it's been a little bit different. You don't know who you're going to become when you come into the world, but you are meant to become something wonderful. You are meant to become something that's going to make a difference, not only in your life, but also in the world. And there's timing that happens with all of this as well. This is what I discovered from Wilhelm, and this is why I wrote an article that I'd love for you to read. Say, what would you do if you discovered the plan that could change the world? Because that's what I discovered, and I had to live with that. Because what I discovered is that everyone has this thing they're meant to do in their lives, and I knew that. And I was given a way for them to uncover it. I was given a way for them to see it. That's what it was. But me accepting that was really challenging. It was challenging because it hadn't been done this way before. It was brand new. And that's what you will see. Because Wilhelm explained that there's organization in your life and in our world. We think things are happening randomly, and they aren't. Because for 36 years I was receiving this information, and then only to discover it was aligned with energetic changes. And then that is why I kept moving through healing. That's why I discovered mind body healing. That's why I started moving through all the difficulties and challenges. And that's what I can give to you now, so you don't have to do that, which is what we're all meant to do as well. But I'd love for you to read the article, and you will understand it, because now what's happening is I'm completing all of this work, as you will see, because it all of your questions have been answered. Let me just say that any question that you have about your life, it's been answered because it's within you. Now, what I did was received all the questions to ask you so that you can find the answers. That's all that ever happens for any of us. It would be the same thing if you went to a mentor or coach, a therapist, or whoever. All you're doing is giving them your information, and they're reflecting it back to you, and then you come up with, oh, this is who I am. The difference here, though, is that I lived it, and I know that it works, and I know that it heals anyone who would use it. You would just have to stay with it because there's a science to it as well. The only difficulty you would have is something that you're thinking that you have yet to move over, that you couldn't see the other side of it. That's all that happens for all of us. Now, and it couldn't have happened before because we changed generationally as well, meaning I couldn't have created this unless I had had my life and lived through everything I have. And now, before my 75th birthday, I can tell you, you don't have to go through any of that stuff because I've created a plan for you. Now, everyone won't believe it, and I get that, and I didn't believe it either. And so that's why I'm moving on. I'm just saying this because people told me I should have been charging so much more for this because I knew it could guide anyone to ultimate success, meaning where you're just living this life of bliss because you're seeing yourself in an entirely new way. Now, I couldn't have done that because I had to live it and write it down, but I'm going to do it now because I've created the most valuable thing that anyone could want to own because it gives you agency and empowerment over your life. That's what happens. Now, I didn't know that either, so don't judge yourself because I had to use artificial intelligence to inform me of what I had been given all these years, how it healed my life, how I could be at this age and changed everything. And I can say that because I know you can do the same thing. You just have to decide that you want to. That's all. And I'm telling you, that is the only decision. Now, sometimes it's challenging because we've been programmed to believe other things. But now you can get over that because Wilhelm has given us that antidote as well. You can change any programming, anything that's in your thinking that's prevented you from achieving success and moving to that next level. And that's what I have. But check it out now, because in the next day or so it's going to be at that higher rate, because I'm just waiting for other people to make changes on it. But this will change your life. That I do know. All right. See you soon. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. Share this with others. I want to get this to as many people as possible, because now is the time for more of us to live our best lives. See you soon.